It's Dialyn week, which means that ZZZ has these banners going up. What today is Tuesday. It's probably going up tomorrow. But yeah, I'm very excited for Dialyn. I think that she's going to be really good. And from the trailers that we've seen, I've actually really enjoyed her character in general, which was something I wasn't expecting because, to be quite frank, I was ready to skip Dialyn and just go straight into Bon Wei. But Dialyn's kit is actually pretty freaking insane. Her personality's good, and well, ZZZ has done it to me again. It makes me want to summon for a character that originally I wasn't going to summon for. So today we're going to be talking about if you should summon for Dialyn and what you should be looking for when it comes to these banners. Now, of course, if you like the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next ZZZ video comes out. And of course, leave a comment about what you think about today's video. Also, don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Use code Tystra for 10% off this week, Black Friday. When you go to checkout and you get any tub, you get 20% off of that tub when you use my code. I'm just saying. I'll even read it verbatim from my manager here. He says, and I quote, all partner codes will be offering 20% off for 24 hours only starting November 28th, 2025. So not just tubs, it's anything that you get 20% off on that day. That's insane. So make sure you use code TYSTRA for 10% off. Help me get to my cup. So I'm going to be doing these videos from now on a little bit different because it seems like a lot of people are looking at these videos when I go, is it the best bang for your buck? And they're like, well, we're not summoning for the A ranks. We're not summoning for the 4 stars. And I get that to a degree. I think that it's better that you go and look at the whole banner. So we'll talk about it a little bit, but I'm not going to put a major focus on the 4 stars and A ranks as I did in the past. So we're going to jump right into talking about Dialyn. Now, I'm using a new site called Icy Veins. It seems like a pretty good site to get information. Seems pretty legit. Let me know if you guys have used it and what you think about it. Definitely would like to hear some opinions, but we're going to talk about this today. Let me go and get a schwiggity schwooty. Now, as we look at this kit, they actually have some strengths and weaknesses, and we're going to look at those at the end, right? But I want to look at the core passives first of Dialyn and kind of go into it. So the first core passive we have, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because I feel like I'm zoomed in too much. I got bad eyes. Core passive 5-star service hotline. Upon entering the battlefield, Dialyn starts with 60 positive reviews, like we all want. If her initial crit rate surpasses 50%, her impact increases by 2 for each additional 1%, up to a maximum increase of 100. So if you have crit rate at 100%, that means that you could go up by 100 points of impact, if I'm reading that correctly. Or no. Yes, I am reading that right, because it's any that surpass 50%. So you could go upwards to 100. Now, I want to know if the impact is going to be that important to her to where you want that crit rate to be as high as humanly possible. But hey, if it is, that's cool. After any EX special attack Rock, the next EX special attack becomes EX special attack Scissors for 8 seconds. After using EX special attack Scissors, the next EX special attack becomes EX special attack Paper for 8 seconds. So she rock, paper, scissors. We did see this a little bit in the live stream. It reminded me of Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. So I was very happy about that. When EX special attack Paper hits an enemy, it applies a malicious complaint effect. While under malicious complaint, if the enemy becomes stunned, the stun duration is extended by 2 extra seconds, and the stun damage multiplier increases by 30%. That's pretty huge to get a little bit of an increase like that, because when you go into that stun phase, like the damage is already like boosted up, so that's pretty neat. Before recovering from stun, malicious complaint can trigger on the same target only once, and the stun duration bonus does not stack with similar effects when an enemy with malicious complaint recovers from being stunned. While in combat, Dialyn gives 0.6 positive reviews per second when the heavy attack of EX special attack Rock, EX special attack Scissors, or EX special attack Paper hits enemies. She gains 7.5 positive reviews. Each use of the skill can grant this bonus only once, up to a maximum of 120. So she gets to 60. She starts with 60 positive reviews, and she can get 60 more for a max of 120. So with at least 90 positive reviews, when Dialyn triggers a chain attack window using chain attack welcome mat, EX special attack get lost, or quick assist forward call, the next character to switch in will have their chain attack upgraded to an ultimate. That's huge because instantly you don't even have, I don't know if that's going to take your decibels away from that character, but being able to get a free ultimate off if you're constantly using Dialyn is gonna make your damage soar, and that's pretty freaking insane, right? I was at a loss when I heard that initially. Like that's huge. When an ally launches an ultimate this way, Dialyn consumes 60 positive reviews. So when she has 90, she could do this, and then you go back down to 30. You would just have to get the 60 more. With 90 positive reviews, when Dialyn hits an enemy with an EX special attack, get lost, and doesn't trigger a chain attack window, she consumes 90 positive reviews to forcibly trigger a chain attack window. The next character to switch in will have their chain attack upgraded to an ultimate. So you want to make sure that you're able to switch into the next character. So I think maybe something along the lines of Dialyn, but have in the back row Astra Yao, so that she kind of helps out with like using that, so that you could keep that extra 30 of the positive reviews and keep on going from there. I don't know. Maybe that's something to think about, because with Astra Yao's skill, she's able to help trigger people in to switch out quickly. So who knows? Each time positive review reaches 90 or an ultimate is activated, Dialyn obtains one customer complaint. A maximum of one customer complaint can be held at a time. And then, of course, we have the second ability, which is far less text, far less wall of text. When another character is in your squad and the attack is a attack or rupture character, Dialyn's EX special attack crit damage is increased by 50%. So she gets an automatic 50% boost in her crit damage. That's crazy to me. It's just 50% extra crit damage. So you want to make sure that she's with other characters. Thankfully, the character Shunguang is going to be a attack character. Apologies to everybody who got mad at me for saying anomaly. I was tired. I just want to point that out. But Dialyn definitely is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then when an EX special attack or ultimate is activated, the whole squad gains an overwhelmingly positive effect. While under overwhelmingly positive, damage dealt is increased by 40% for 15 seconds. Holy gosh. And this is the whole squad gets it. Jesus. That's wow. Okay. When Dialyn uses an EX special attack and ultimate while under overwhelmingly positive, if the remaining duration of overwhelming positive is less than 35 seconds, the duration is extended by 10 seconds. And when a heavy attack with EX special attack, rock, scissors, or paper hits, additional damage is dealt based on the previous squad member's specialty. If the squad member is an attack agent, EX special attack, rock, scissors, or paper deals additional damage equal to 320% of the attack agent's attack. Oh my jeebus. This Dialyn's gonna be a crazy hybrid DPS stun unit, it seems like. Or it doesn't seem like she's really got like super... Well, she has stun duration that is built into her kit, but not stun itself. If the squad member is a rupture agent, EX special attack, rock, scissors, or paper deal additional damage equal to 400% of the rupture agent's sheer force. So if you put her with Yixuan, she's going to do very well as well. I'm just saying, this character is absolutely busted for a stun character. Like, this is like broken types of stuff. Getting free ultimates, upping the damage for all your upping by 40% for 15 seconds to your team, upping her own damage. It's just insane, right? I want to talk about her special really quick as well, just to kind of cover our bases, because while I think that getting the other, her special and chain, because while I do think getting her special attack is good, or not special, sorry, special attack is what we're going over. Never mind. Don't mind me. I'm like going crazy trying to word this properly, okay? So we have the get lost. When you hold the basic attack button, delivers a forward martial arts attack on activation and consumes one customer complaint and deals physical damage. On activation, the previous character's quick assist is triggered, which it would be good in conjunction with what we were talking about before, getting that ultimate, right? Welcome Jester throws dual rings to slash enemies, dealing physical damage. Anti-interruption is increased while using the skill. We have Rock, launches the first attack, dealing physical damage. Then we got Scissors, and then we got Paper, right? Then we go to the chain attack here, right? Well, this is Welcome Mat, right? When the chain attack is triggered, select a character to activate, launches a series of forward kicks, dealing massive physical damage. And again, if you got the whole thing with the customer complaint or get lost, you're going to get that ultimate going off. And then her ultimate rushes forward and performs a finger flick attack, dealing massive damage or physical damage. After activating the skill, can immediately follow up with the fourth hit of basic attack, happy to be of service. Character is invulnerable to using this skill. And then, as you can see, Icy Veins does cover strengths and weaknesses. I do want to kind of go over this. Strengths, very easy to play with room for a higher skill ceiling by weaving attacks through EX specials. I do agree with that. I think that Dialyn is going to be very versatile for newer players. Very easy to use, but very, I wouldn't say very difficult, but harder to master, I guess is the best way to put it. Incredibly flexible, it can be used in basically any attack and rupture team comp and be a great option to even perform stunners in their dedicated niche. I do agree with that as well. It seems like no matter what the attack or rupture character is there, she's going to boost them. I think that Billy teams even are going to be a good thing, and even Corrin. So it's funny how Billy and Corrin are there. They're not great characters. Like if we look at the tier list here, you know, Billy is down here and so is Corrin. They're right next to each other. They're not good. And I do agree with Pridewind on this. They're not very good. However, I am of the sound in mind to say that any character in ZZZ can be used to do insane things. I've seen it before. I know that there's people that will go out there and say that, you know, this character really can't do well and like people are going to do horrible. There's a lot of people out there. I think that overall, like people who say that, oh, they're not going to be able to do that well, they either don't want to put in the time and effort or they just can't fathom that lower tier characters can still do very, very good. Again, I come from a background of like other fighting games as well. I mean, I never professionally did fighting games, but even low tier characters can do insanely incredible things. So that's all I'm going to say about that. If you disagree, you disagree. But honestly, we've seen it before with these other characters. Dialyn gives you free ultimates by upgrading your chain attack into an ultimate. True. And then has crit rate as Dialyn's core skill enhancement, which is also true. Getting that crit damage as well on our own stuff is really good. Weaknesses, no off-field presence or stun potential. I wouldn't agree with the stun potential. I would agree with the no off-field presence because you're not really going to be doing anything with her unless it's on-field. While not required, Dialyn's signature W engine is a significant upgrade, not just stat-wise, but also in terms of generating positive reviews. Again, I feel like this is just how it is with any gacha game. When you're looking at someone, like when you're looking at any gacha game, the signature weapon of that character is always going to be a better option 9 times out of 10. Actually, not always. 9 times out of 10, a better option than any other weapon or engine or whatever you want to call it comparatively, right? So that's the whole point. They want to get more money out of you. That's why it's a gacha. They want to make a weapon that's basically built for this character that you need to have. Core passives and additional ability approach new levels of description text creep. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of words, but, you know, read. No offense to Icy Veins, but I think that, like, I feel like that's nitpicking a little bit because it's like, bro, come on. Just, if it's really not, like, that big a deal, then I wouldn't put it as a weakness, right? Honestly, I wouldn't put these two as weaknesses. I get the no off-field presence. But, yeah, I feel like Dialyn is just really that good. So what would I say about summoning her? I would say yes, because I feel like when we get the new godlike character in Shunguang, which she's going to be that god character. Like it's gonna be that. I can almost guarantee it. She is probably going to be the best option to have alongside her. I'm just guessing. But I feel like Dialyn also is going to be in this S tier of like secondary DPS stun character. I definitely don't think that she'll be like, well, I mean, she has support abilities, obviously. She'll be either top tier support or top tier secondary DPS. Yeah, I think that she could do both because we see that Yanagi is a good primary and secondary. So that's my take on that. Should you summon for her? Absolutely. I think that you absolutely should. And this is coming from a guy who originally wasn't going to summon for her. I'm trying to cut back on my summoning, but man, Dialyn is just she's just too good. And then we know that the secondary character Hugo is there. Hugo would benefit from Dialyn, but if you had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose Dialyn over Hugo. I feel like Hugo is still very good. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, Hugo is basically going to be worthless in 2.4, and you can't use him." Baloney. You can use him. It's just that, and again, I want to preface this: you have to be able to understand that with endgame stuff, there's going to be certain mechanics that are going to be like, we're restricting the use of this character. Doesn't mean that Hugo just becomes worthless and unusable. I feel like people just go, oh, if he's bad at one thing, why am I ever going to use him in other stuff? So I don't know. I guess people are just used to misery. So should you summon for Dialyn? Absolutely. I think that you 100% should. Dialyn is going to be this insane character coming into 2.4. And honestly, I can't wait to try her out. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. As always, y'all, thank you so much. And we will see you in the next video. Please take care and be safe.